Goliath saved my life. And that's not a dig to anybody else or to my oldest child or things like that, but he was exactly what I needed at that time. Hey guys, welcome back to the Tuesday podcast. I'm Cris Cavallari. I am not at all camera ready. You know, I didn't prepare for this. I am in the studio right now, in the warehouse right now, getting out orders, working. Let's be real, it's 2:20 on the clock. I'm very intentional about, just getting things, organized. I'm getting organized. I'm taking account of the things that are in my life. But today, I just received a message that made me cry. And if you're new here, I cry a lot. And I think crying, if you haven't cried in a while, you're missing out. It's the best feeling ever. It's going to be really brief. This is probably just going to be like I don't know how long. I don't know where it's going, but something said, no, go record right now. Yesterday, I did a Black Friday commercial with my team, even just staying with a team. Because throughout the years of building up this hobby, seeing it turn into what it's turned into, seeing my manifestations right in front of me is never going to be like, oh, this little thing. No, this is some major shit. I've worked every job. I worked at Jiffy Lube. I worked at Burlington Coat Factory. I worked at BB. I worked at Burger King for 2 days, and I was like, yeah, I'm not working. I couldn't drive through, was boys coming. I was like, girl, bye. I've worked a lot. I've worked as a daycare teacher. I've done, in a sense, I'm really, for real, Jamaican, right? I've done every job. I don't shy away from work. Like, by any means necessary, I got to get it done. But yesterday, we shot a commercial for our campaign for Black Friday, and it's really just showing how my brand is a brand that can go from this to that. It's a transitional brand. It's really for real, like, hey, I can go 5 different places. I could be 5 different people. I could be the mother at the soccer game. I could go to meet up for coffee. I could go to yoga. I can go to a business meeting. I can go dancing. I can go on a date. I can do all things, okay? That has been the core of my business forever. And I've also taught others how to use that. Like, hey, this is what makes sense to me as a mom, right? These leggings, I could put it on with a blazer, some heels. Like I got my mommy's iconic socks. Oh, thank you, God. I got my mommy's iconic socks on right now. And when I woke up this morning and I put them on, I'm gonna get back to yesterday. Yesterday was crazy, but when I put them on this morning, it's because my heels on my feet was a little, I went and got my feet done, but sometimes they don't get all the callus. So I had black socks and I was like, ooh, this is going to make my heel a little dusty. Let me put some white socks on. These were the white socks that Goliath had, which these are the kid socks that, like I said, they say my mommy's iconic. This used to be on a bib when he was a baby because I started my brand before I had him. But of course, with life, things slow down or you just get distracted or, just things try to keep you in a low frequency. And I pushed through. And yesterday I was able to drop him off at school. Not only did I drop him off at school, we recorded this whole campaign commercial of me dropping him off at school, going to get my coffee, going to do some work. They followed me, my team. We went and we did everything. Then we stopped and had wine because that's a part of the shot as well. What is it? Tuesday? It's just Tuesday is every day. Tuesday used to be the day that I could just get back to me or escape reality or just morph back into me. I'm not gonna say get back, but just be okay, now I can take care of myself. And every day I'm taking care of myself. So yesterday, which was Tuesday, we shot the campaign. Goliath was so excited because he was in a campaign twice. He got dropped off at school. And then after that, we did what we really do, which is we went home, we played basketball, we played soccer. Like it's an out of body experience, right? I'm looking at pictures. Josh, shout out to Josh. Josh just sent me some still clips of yesterday, and this is what prompted me to come over here. So excuse me if I'm not like, I'm never, my mind be everywhere. So he sends me some of the most beautiful pictures from yesterday, and I just looked at this picture of me and Goliath, and you can only see half of his face, but you can count all my teeth. And I'm like, I really love this kid. And Josh says, I'm still a mom. Like, I'm a mom for real. Like, okay, I cry about everything. You smile different with him than any other time I've seen you smile. It is really sweet. Let me tell you something. He's going to see this later when they're editing, right? But Goliath saved my life. And that's not a dig to anybody else or to my oldest child or things like that, but he was exactly what I needed at that time. There's going to be some people that's upset about this, but this is my truth. I was so alone. There was no family dynamic, not even just in my home. And that's when I started really just realizing the shadow work that I had to do. Like, there will be times I will be depressed. And although, I have, my family, we're not really a family. Like, you see each other holidays, and sometimes I'd never had that because everybody would choose to go to work. Everybody would choose to do this. And I'm so blessed to say I found a balance where not only, I'm not able to just clock in and out. I'm able to create the life that I desire for my family, for my son and I. And I tell him it's crazy, but I have to say this. Right now in my home, it is my son, myself, and our cat. And it flows. But before that, I'll have to beg this one to come home. I would have to bribe that person to come home. I would have to do the most to get the least. And when I had that baby, I found out I was pregnant and at the end of my lease. Me and my mother were living together. My aunt passed away, all these things, just life happening. We had a great apartment, but it was just so much, it was so much attitude, so much just not community. And I found out I was pregnant and she had already moved out, and I don't think she was speaking to me or my sister at that time. My sister was living there at that time. Like, so much shit going on. And I was in that apartment alone. And when you first find out you're pregnant, it's like as soon as you pee on a stick and it say positive, baby, you sick. Like, I could not keep any food down. I was just sick. They had already turned all, like, it was freezing in there. The movers had moved all the furniture, everything. All I had was my room. And I was just in this dark apartment alone. Then I found an apartment, and then I moved into this tiny efficiency, and it was so beautiful. Had a brick wall, a long walkway, it was just perfect for me. But everything was in one space, like my bed and I didn't have a closet, so I had like a wardrobe rack and this little bookshelf from the school that I used to work at that I got, and I painted, and I'm like, this is where my interior comes in. I literally painted this thing and had my shoes and purses in there, my toiletries up top, and it was great. And I still was alone. During that time, I was looking for a bigger apartment because are we moving in together? Like, oh my God, let me get some more space for this person. Let me do, I was doing the most. And all I had was this baby inside of me kicking and keeping me happy and keeping me alive. The way I look at my son, I don't even notice because, you don't notice a lot of shit when you're doing it, right? But for Josh to say that, sometimes I look at old pictures and I just look at him and I'm like, wow, I had to do this alone. I had to really master, because before, I'm a teenager, I'm living at home, someone can help with this, I got to go to school, I'm a mom, I have so many things going on. the first time, and I was a kid. I was 16. I wasn't financially independent when I got pregnant. But the decision that I made when I got pregnant, the promises that I made to myself, to God, to my son, I am about to have a black son. I didn't know this at the time when it was going on, but I seen my life. Like, I seen the involvement that his father was going to have. And I said it. I was like, yo, my son's going to be waiting for you to pick him up. He's going to be on the porch like, where's my dad? While, when you're not at his game or something. I seen it. I seen what was coming. I heard conversations between him and the other party that he has another child. And I said, ooh, I got to do something. I called his friend while I was at work at Mac. And I said, I just want to make everything work. I just don't know what to do. And his friend said to me, focus on you and your baby. At first I was like, that's it? This friend was the closest thing to a brother that I had at that time. That's all you're going to say to me? But that was the best thing he could have ever said to me. Because when I tell y'all I got fucking busy, I got busy. And I don't mean busy with just doing things. I said, oh, I got to make my next move my best move. I know that this little person is going to be looking at me to make sure he's safe, that he's provided for. I was in a small efficiency. Before my son got here, I moved. Before he could realize anything, I moved again. I literally kept going. I did not stop. Right now, me slowing down is because now I get to stop. Because sometimes you running so fast, like you just going like a horse. Like you got them blinders on, right? I don't give a fuck what anybody's doing to the left of me. I don't care about this one doing this. I don't care about her doing this. I got a prize. I got to get over there. I had to heal so I would not pass that on to my child. A lot of us complain about the guys and the this and the that and the this and the that. And it's not to say that they're not they don't have to take accountability for their actions. But what I've realized is someone has to hold them accountable at a young age so they even know what that looks like, what that means. I know now, hey, I could be the mom that is so over like, oh, let me do, that I could create a monster, or I could be the mom that doesn't let them do anything and I could create a monster, or I could have balance. Or we can have dialogue in our house, or we can just have great conversations and I hear you and you hear me. Because my son would be quick to say, I wasn't done talking. And you know what I would say? You're right, I'm sorry. What were you saying? Or if he's playing basketball and he doesn't do, he ain't, that could have been better. Gotta keep a balance. I'm not overly praising him. And I'm not devaluing him. I am, you know what? Let's try that again. But I could not do that unless I healed myself and unless I healed my inner child and did the shadow work. And just now, I haven't recorded because I've been I got to do this. I got to do that. I got a lot to do. And although this right here, I know is my purpose. I know this is a part of God's plan. I know that I am led to speak to you because there's a lot of women that follow me, that may possibly look up to me, you're looking up to someone else on Instagram, or you're seeing someone and it seems so easy. Baby, ain't nothing easy to anybody. You have to go through these trials and tribulations. You have to swim through that water to get to the other side. Like there's no other way to get over there. You gotta do the work. Every day I'm reminded of, damn, I really did the work. There's nothing nobody could tell me, say to me, try to get me in a little tussle. Baby, I did the work. This is my doing, me and God. God said, I got you. I said, all right, you promise? He said, stop doing that bullshit. I said, okay. Okay. My prayer, I see now that he heard my cry. God, please just get me out of this. I promise. And it's not just the one thing. It was all of the things. It's your childhood. Everyone wants to start at the end. Oh, it's this thing. No, it's a lot of things that you have lack of boundaries for, that you don't want to do the work for. You can easily change your life, but it's up to you. And you may not reap all the benefits of your hard work. It may just have to be your children or your children's children. All I know is I cleaned that shit up. And I'm so grateful that I did not give up. I'm rooting for you. I am here to lend any support that I can. But it has to start with you. Now I got to finish packing and I got to go do pickup, but thank you so much.